One, two.
So welcome guys, we're here at the third expo here at Advent Galaxy, and we have a very special guest here, David from Agency of Abundance, an excellent agency that's here to bring you amazing solutions. Without further ado, please David, let us know more about what you do amazing.
Why don't you introduce yourself and say, I'm David from Agency of Abundance.
I will. Thank
Okay.
you, Paul. Thank you, Henry, for that introduction. My name is David
of course.
Arbitol. I am the co-founder and CEO of Agency of Abundance. We are a Web3 development agency that also does PR and marketing for blockchain and crypto projects. Right now, we're working with artists in preparation for Art Basel. It's coming up in just a couple of weeks. We are just putting them in a position to get their art out there, their digital collectibles, their NFTs, their augmented reality pieces. There's so many different types of applications that artists are using in the blockchain space now, and we're giving them the technology and tools to create their vision, and then also putting the PR and marketing behind those projects so that we can get them into the hands of the users who are going to appreciate the art.
Amazing. Give us one example, or what kind of projects have you guys?
Sure. Well, we're working with a graffiti artist who was originally from New York. His name was Ernie Valles, and his project is called Ernie and Friends. He is very celebrated in Hollywood. In the 90s, 95, 96, 97, any movie that you saw that had graffiti in the background was done by him. He was commissioned by David LaChapelle to do backgrounds for photo shoots for Rolling Stone and Elton John and Madonna. He painted the rainbow on the ass of Mariah Carey in that album cover. He's done the stenciling on Little Kim. He did the album cover for Method Man. He's very celebrated, big career, and this is his first NFT project. And he came to us and said, "We've never done anything digital. We've never done anything like this. We want you to build the engine for the minting engine, and build the marketing campaign and the PR." So we're launching that for Art Basel. We're going to start on the last day on Sunday. So if you haven't, check out ernieandfriends.io to join the Discord, get on the whitelist, and check out the art. Super cool art.
Amazing. What other projects are you guys diving into? Can we talk about the Cosmic Penthouse? for
Oh,
example?
yes, it's a Cosmic Penthouse.
You
We
forgot?
there's
How can you forget?
never forget about the Cosmic Penthouse. So the Cosmic Penthouse is a beautiful space for people to go and to enjoy themselves in real life. But if you can't, for whatever reason, make it down to the penthouse, which you should, you can enjoy it from the comfort of your own home on the other side of the world via the metaverse. It will have a digital twin of this space and live stream events in real time. So if you want to see what's going on, who's speaking, what artist is doing live art, who's performing, what type of, whatever it may be that we're doing at the event, come to the event. And if you can't, you could see it in the metaverse. Now this is an exclusive members only type club membership.
Are
So,
we members here?
of course.
Just checking.
Only you. Paul's not in.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, so you purchase a NFT to become a member, and that gives you lifetime access to the Cosmic Penthouse invite list. We do events, once or twice a month, different types of events, and we're very excited about this project. Now, the first one will be in Miami Beach, and then we will slowly be acquiring different properties all around the globe and offering this Cosmic Penthouse brand experience to people in real life all over.
So, disclosure, I was in this Cosmic Penthouse, believe it or not. So, it's very
And
interesting.
when I grow up, I want to be there too.
No, I mean, maybe. So, let me ask you, I heard rumors that Versace lived there? Just
Well,
some kind
funny
of gossip.
story about that. It's the unofficial, how there's the Versace mansion. This is the Versace penthouse. So Versace's best friend owned this penthouse for many, many years. And when my partner who owns the property purchased the space, he purchased it with a lot of the furniture and art in the penthouse, right? So there's all over different things like shawls and chairs, paintings, and different statues. A lot of art that was hand done by Versace and kept there to this day.
There's even a Napoleon painting.
Yes,
Really
yes.
interesting.
We heard all about it.
Yes, David loves to share his story and is very proud of everything that he's
David
collected.
Bash, right?
Yes, David Bash. David Bash is our partner in this, and
Nice.
very good guy. He loves.
How good is he, really?
You know, I lie. He's he's a good man.
That's the same apartment where Tom Cruise played a scene, right?
Yes, so there was a movie filmed there, and the name of the movie escapes me, so forgive me, but yes, there
Wow.
was.
And Nicole Kidman too.
Mhm.
So you can check out actually the exact same closet that they were in that scene in this Cosmic Penthouse metaverse.
Absolutely.
So it should be very interesting. So we'll find out more. We're here with Agency of Abundance.
Yes,
Excellent
and we are
agency.
actually members. Not you, but me.
Yeah. So yes, go ahead.
There's another project that I want to talk about that I'm pretty passionate about. We're working on
How passionate are you?
you know, I am super passionate.
All right, say that.
It's a token validator, right? So we use the ability to validate a token, and then kind of beautify the user experience to make
That'll
it
work.
more fun for the person to have a token validated. And what does that mean? Well, you could apply that technology to many things. If you want to have a membership for a gym, you know, you can have the gym operator, instead of validate your card or your keychain, it's all digital, it's all tokenized. If you want to have a loyalty program for a restaurant, the bartender or server would be able to validate your eligibility to redeem those rewards via the blockchain.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a membership to different services
Yeah.
inside a space or something like that.
Yeah, it could be applied to anything. The underlying technology is token validation, and we just create a user experience for the person that needs the token to be validated, and for the person who needs to validate the token to be able to do so as well.
So let's say we have admin token, right? And then what? Where we be able to give our members
Absolutely.
privileges?
Absolutely.
You heard it here first.
Right, you issue the token to your member, and then they can redeem that
Are
token.
we members yet?
If Paul says.
Why are you looking at me? I'm not a member yet. Okay, so excellent.
Would you like to get a passport from Gun Galaxy? Just say yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, see,
There we
I
go.
convinced you.
Great.
Did you tell them to sign up? As long as you sign up, you're gonna get NFT and you get a passport.
I like that. The avenue for
Do you
passport.
understand what that passport means for you?
Tell me about it.
Everything.
What can I do? What's the best thing about it?
Yes. It fills all of your needs.
That's what I'm a very needy individual.
Exactly.
All right. So on that note, let's explore the agency and let's explore the galaxy. Let's do it,
Absolutely.
guys.
You
Thanks
want to
for
tell
having
us anything else?
We'll see you this year at Art Basel.
Is that a promise?
Date.
Yeah.
Sunday, December 4th. Sunday,
Okay.
December 4th. Huge event. Details to come. Find them at ernieandfriends.io.
Do we get a personal invitation? from-
Yes. Yes.
Not
Not
Paul.
Paul. No.
What did I do?
Paul, when you grow up, you're gonna get it.
All right. Fine.
Are you over 21? You're not allowed. That's
Oh
it.
shit! I shouldn't be drinking then.
But you're not.
Right.
All right. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
You are the best.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
What
Thank
is it saying? You?
Okay. Excellent. So.
Okay.
are you
Three.
ready?
1, 2, 3.
Two, one.
Are you recording?
1 second.
Are you controlling the music outside? If you can lower it just.
Okay. So audio's recording. Henry's adjusting the
I
volume.
think somebody else turned on.
That's fine.
It's
That's
fine.
okay.
We have good audio here. As
Yeah,
when
turn
you're
everything
recording.
off.
Okay.
All right. So 3, 2, 1, action. Welcome, guys, to our third Expo event. Today we're here with some very special guests, our friends here at AWI MedTech. We have here the chairman and president of Advent Galaxy, Mr. Henry himself as well. And we have some amazing technology powering this conversation, Agora, which is a powerful web-free discussion solution that's going to enable amazing technology we want to talk about in the future. But today we're talking about health, technology, and the forefronts
And diagnostics.
and diagnostics. Thank you.
There you go.
So we're tackling these three things. Before I go on further, please, Carlos, tell us more about AWI MedTech.
Thank you, and thank you for the invitation.
you.
Our MedTech, it's conceived and was created to increase the number one, the discovery and the push of existing technologies that are out there in the market, in the world.
That
To
are a
number
bit
two,
outdated.
that are what?
The other technology is outdated. Your technology is just kind of cutting edge from
Well,
what we understand.
That's the purpose. So it's to make sure the discovery of the technology and to make sure that it's pushed out there to the market. For number two, have an accessibility of this technology to the different markets and verticals that we can implement. To number three, create a personalization of what healthcare is about. If we go back to what we are experimenting nowadays, healthcare is about knowledge, about prevention, and about addressing the issues. But in order for you to get involved with that, and in order for the primary cares and the doctors and in general the hospitals, they need to have the proper information, they need to have a quick availability of that information to provide a quick diagnostic. So what we've been doing is by using the different technologies that we have. The number one is by using the point of care devices that exist out there in the market. We all combine them, integrate them, read their information, digitalize information, and connect it remotely to a LIS, a laboratory information system, to validate immediately those tests. What those tests will do is whatever you are, regardless of the market, in the medical sector, in the business sector, or in the rural, or in the humanitarian purpose, or in a military purpose, you will have access to immediate information about that patient. So that creates a possibility for the doctor to interpret what really is happening at the moment. But more importantly, for the patient to take control of what is going on with its body, he or she will be able to react to that properly. That accessibility to information, it's a big thing. Number two, as I said, the accessibility of this diagnostic at different levels, because we all think about only hospitals and urgent cares and clinics to need this information, but the reality, when you talk about personalization of the healthcare, you need to take that to the corporate level. You need to take that to the retail level. When you go, for example, to a store and you want to understand and know, you can take that to the wellness. Wellness is a very broad word that all it's doing is creating a personalization custom-made for that individual to understand what is happening with them and how they can address it.
Preventative.
The second device that we have is we use this same algorithm and technology to extend the diagnostic to other machines that are available, like ultrasound and EKG, so that provides a first responder approach to the understanding of what's going on with the patient. So what AWI MedTech is about, it's not only the discovery, the usage of this unique and disruptive technology, but the implementation of the technology to solve specific needs.
Amazing.
Sorry if I extended too much. But
No, that's
want to
great.
make sure we were.
That's not enough.
That's not enough. We're here for a lot. Great. So, how do you see this technology, this company, and these products interacting with Miami, particular South America? That's
The
one
rest of the
question.
world.
And the rest of the world.
This
of
is
course.
very cutting edge technology from what I understand, and what it does, it gives you ability, instead of having bulky equipment, having big laboratories. It's a standalone system that I've seen it. It looks like an ATM machine,
Really?
and that's what they call it, an ATM, because it literally every time, you know.
So it's like going into a pharmacy, like
You can go to pharmacy and, you know, I've seen them doing, expanding their operations and looking to expand into, you know, major
Let me
pharmaceuticals.
elaborate to what Henry's saying. We need to go to 1950s when the laboratories for medical purposes were created, no? And all these big manufacturers create these huge machines that they can process hundreds of samples at a time. So then those laboratories were remote, and so the samples need to be sent to that place. It took at the time weeks to get your sample back and to know what was happening to you. And throughout the time, these laboratories been getting closer to the patient at a point that obviously you have it in every corner sometimes, or you have it in a hospital. But what these manufacturers did, in addition to that, is reduce the size of that technology to process the blood, the urine, and the molecular samples in such a way that you can get an immediate result very fast. And that machine is called point-of-care device. What happened is those point-of-care devices have been existing, some of them out there, but they're being on use because they provide a result that the doctor is like, well, I don't really know if this little machine will work or not. So what we're doing is integrating all those devices through our AI and software to provide a validation of that result by the moment that we transport those results to a remote lab that validates the information.
That's amazing.
Apparently, from what I understand, it's immediately as soon as the results of the test become available, it goes into a cloud where it's stored. And with the new digital requirements, digital records requirement for the medical industry, this is an amazing innovation because, first of all, you diminish the size of the lab to a literally,
Like an ATM.
100
machine.
square feet facility. You don't need to take 15, 20,000 square feet of laboratory space in a hospital. You just put, one machine on every floor, and that does the job. You don't need to have and the 15,000 square feet facility becomes, 30, 40, 50 beds, and each bed brings the hospital probably $1 million in revenue. So hospitals win. Doctors' offices win because they get immediate results. It's like you come to the doctor, you walk in, and the doctor says you got to take a test. I want to see your results. You walk in, you do the test. By the time you get into the doctor's office, your results are in.
Huh, cool. Yeah. So that's really interesting. So, for example, like an emergency situation, right? Like there's no power, storm hit, or something like that. Like that's something that could come.
That's a very good point, and I want to just point out again something following up what Henry says. We're not intend to replace laboratories. We intend to help laboratories to extend their capacity. Can it be used as a full laboratory? The answer is yes. We're doing it in Europe. We have 3 of those units backing up completely a laboratory for 500 beds. But we see an opportunity that this should be an extended capacity for the existing laboratories, for the hospitals, for the clinics, or for rural purposes.
For COVID, for example.
For COVID,
this could help tremendously. Right?
Yeah, you can do that, but this is more sophisticated than just that. And that's why it's much more comprehensive. No? So that's what is relevant.
Amazing. How do you see this technology? At Advent Galaxy, we're a metaverse and blockchain company. So for us, it's all about eliminating the need of space or logistics. Say you can have someone virtually anywhere and be able to offer them a service as if they were there already. How do you foresee that with this technology? It seems like it's already there, obviously. I mean, you guys use AI, right? You guys use some type of technology to evaluate things in real time, correct?
Definitely, the technology has a lot of algorithms that are used, and the algorithms obviously are the most relevant opportunity to understand what the results are. You talk about the implication that we have in Miami and the South America area. I would say what Henry pointed out as well, he says it's the world reading, because what you are is using an existing technology, leveling it up to the understanding and reading of the information to make the accessible and available immediately for doctors to create a diagnosis and for individuals to respond to that. So when you can do that in a city like Miami, or in Africa, or in Mexico, or anywhere in the world, you are fully benefit from that. So the interaction that you can have with the technology and the remote access is precisely that we are using fully the connectivity, either satellite or Wi-Fi, to connect and remotely check and share the information.
Amazing.
And what you said about the disaster situation, what happened there is, for example, we operate with batteries. We can stand for 8 hours, and the platform will fulfill all the needs and back up all the information. When the electricity is back and restored, everything goes back up to the cloud and is fully synchronized.
Incredible.
For the emergency situation, I saw your product. I call it emergency room in the briefcase. You wanna talk about it a little?
Sure. I already mentioned the device number 2 that we have, which uses the same software and development that we have, but in this case adds other devices that create what we call a hospital in a bag, because it creates a first responder approach to the diagnosis of a person. So it has enough tools and enough, let's call it medical gadgets, all connected in a plug and play multifaceted device that allows you to treat 1 or 2 patients at once and to understand what is happening in the different fronts. You can take blood samples, you can take the temperature, of course, and EKG and
All the
ultrasound.
all the vitals.
So anything that a person that is trying to understand and to treat and to triage a situation may need for that moment and for that purpose.
I imagine, let's say, grandma is in a wheelchair and she can't be transported to a hospital. There's so many use cases for this.
Correct. I mean, the technology that we have is so disruptive that we envision that it will exist everywhere, from the medical to the individuals. It's just a matter of time, and it's a matter of speeding to the market. But we all want to have any of these machines for our personal use. Of course, there's some limitation because it is a medical information there, but certainly we're understanding a lot from your body by just having this access.
I'm a loss for words. This is going to be so great for people, and it's almost
This is literally cutting edge.
Cutting
Literally
edge.
cutting
Yes.
edge.
Where do you guys see yourself in 2023 and beyond? What do you want to
Fulfilling our purpose of helping people. We're about helping people, we're about providing the accessibility of the technology to create solutions in a market that is so needed, which is the well-being of the humans in this world.
Amazing. We have these Advent Buzz talks. We're starting to talk about different industries and how these technologies can converge and mix all these industries. We want to talk about sports in the next segment, and I wanted to see, there's a big intersection that we see with sports and health, encouraging people to go outside and interacting with their outside environments. And
Well, basically, this machine allows you to do preventative wellness, meaning the training, right? The football team, you take the blood test before and after training.
so it could give you like up-to-date diagnostics
Yes.
and well-being.
Same, not to compare people and horses, but Kentucky Derby. Horses, while they're training, they take tests before and after the training. And it's the same blood, so I assume that for the veterinarian, can it be used for veterinarian purposes?
Can you use for dogs and cats?
Pets,
Yes,
I think
pets.
it's a
It's a
very
lot.
big
Dogs,
area.
dogs, horses,
And
uses the
exactly.
same concept.
Are you implementing these products for for cats, for dogs, cats?
We are
Horses?
we are about to announce a very strategic relationship that we are going to make this available for most of the households, owners of dogs and cats, to make it easier for them to know what's happening with their pet.
That's amazing. I love it because animals can't talk, they can't communicate like we do. So this gives the pet owners a way to help their.
And it's
their pets.
preventative, I assume.
Absolutely.
Very interesting company, very interesting.
Indeed.
I strongly recommend to everyone to check in and find out more. We would
You
like
heard
to
it here.
do a subsequent event where I'm sure Carlos will come and tell us about the new developments. And thank you very much, Carlos.
I'll be very happy to do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Cut.
I like black.
Three.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome, guys. So we're here with a very special guest. I'm gonna let Henry introduce him.
I would like you to introduce yourself.
Sure. So yeah, thanks for having me here, everyone. So my name is Daniel.
Daniel, how are you,
yeah.
Daniel? All right.
Great to meet you, Henry. But yeah, no. My name is Daniel Figueroa. I am the founder of the platform Agora Square, which is a social platform that creates incentives for discussions and debates to happen. So that's what brings us here today. We'd love to kind of get into it and talk a little about what we have going and
Right.
hear how we could
Tell us more. Tell us more. We'd love to hear more.
Sure. So we currently are on the Polygon blockchain. So anyone who has a Polygon wallet could go on our platform, basically create a crowdfunding campaign to see their favorite thought leaders, influencers, experts, have discussions on various topics. It could be for general knowledge discovery. It could be for deliberation within a DAO on a controversial proposal, or anything revolving around community needs or community discussions. So those are really the targets that we're trying to focus on right now.
So tell us about the plot. Give us a little bit. Give us some little dirt. We want dirt.
Dirt.
We want to know everything.
Okay, sure. So the platform is going to be powered by a DAO that essentially chooses which discussions to boost and to facilitate. So essentially the way it works is users and DAO members of the platform will be able to essentially vote on which discussions they would like to see the DAO boost. So let's say a discourse has some amount of funding in Matic that was raised by the community. Essentially they'd be able to leverage the DAO to essentially choose specific discussions that the community would like to see elevated.
So in a way, it's like crowdfunding, but not like funding, right? It's like discussions. What is fueling people's interest?
Exactly, 100%. And the whole point is to we definitely want individuals to have the freedom to create what sort of discussions they would like to see happen in their communities to fund them. But we definitely, like you said with the DAO, we're really trying to create a mechanism that really elevates the in-demand discussions that people would really like to see.
So what you says is a social media Web3 app in a way?
Sure,
Sounds
yeah.
like
Especially in the long-term vision of the platform, we definitely want to have a real social media-like feel. In fact, we are iterating this quarter to include user profiles, group profiles. So there would actually almost be a sort of DAO social media platform, which will be accessible very soon. So, yeah.
What's your business model as a company?
Yeah.
What is your business model?
Sure. So there's several streams. So primarily it would be from fees from the discourses. So the platform will take a percentage of the funds that are raised for each discussion. Also, we plan on creating advertisement campaigns for each discussion, so curated for each discussion. So each discussion and speaker will be able to also basically give spots to advertisers in their discussion. So that's another, and also we will be having a couple interesting token features. So one of them will be, popular instances of debates, discussions will be made into GIFs and NFTs that are sold on our marketplace,
Cool.
which will go to our treasury.
So we have this Advent wallet coming out, an Advent token. Maybe it would be cool to see how we can fuel the discussion in the Advent community to transition to wallets and so forth. How do you like Polygon? It's a good blockchain, right?
Yeah. So we currently are on Polygon. That's the main chain we're on. And I was gonna ask, aren't you guys on Avalanche?
Avalanche,
Yeah.
That's one of the blockchains. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, we actually have
Very
we do have plans actually to extend the Discourse Pools feature, which is the first major feature of our platform, onto the Avalanche blockchain very soon. Actually.
Beautiful.
So yeah, we recently did integration with Chainlink. We use Chainlink automations to help trigger events on the blockchain to essentially have a proof of patron NFTs. So people who contribute to these discussions will be able to have a proof of their NFT. So currently that feature will be on Polygon, but we are also be extending that, most likely that same feature also onto the Avalanche blockchain this quarter.
But so who's your perfect customer?
Perfect customer, yeah. There's a few different categories, demographics that we're trying to tackle. One we'll address. One is a DAO member. A DAO member who has issues with a pending proposal. Multiple members in the community that have issues with the proposal. Maybe it's a controversial proposal and people are not quite sure how to go about it. They can use this tool to deliberate. It's used for a deliberation tool to get experts and other even from other communities to give advice. So that's one. Also, we really want to focus on student academic clubs and initiatives. Academic seminars, student workshops, all these sort of things are things that we're really trying to focus on. But also, general discovery, knowledge discovery. So we want, people on our platform who, are, followers of, major influencers on YouTube, on Twitch, and all these different platforms to make proposals on campaigns to see thought leaders and other influencers to engage in a discourse that people want to see happen.
How do you see businesses, for example, interacting with this technology? For example, we're very we have a B2B solution or Advent Galaxy called the Advent Expo, and we want to have this virtual expo where any business can interact with their audience or new customers using that technology. How do you see that in general?
Sure.
In the metaverse as well, right?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, primarily we are definitely, for most of our features, we are B2C, but we are also going to be optimizing this feature to essentially create campaigns to get speakers for conferences. So that's a perfect instance. You mentioned you guys said that you guys are doing a conference on the metaverse. That could be a perfect use case and initial testing of this feature. Yeah, merge, exactly. One of the things we want to really push is attendees of conferences. Hey, these are the speakers I want to see talk about this particular topic that's trending in the industry. So we really see this as a way for communities to communicate to things like the conferences, academic seminars, all these different traditional speaking engagements, to utilize this tool to really engage with their communities.
I think it's very interesting that we're talking about here, let's say, a new social media solution in a way. And there's a lot going on in the social media industry, particularly with Mr. Elon Musk taking over Twitter, Meta having to refocus or maybe shift their strategy. How do you see, let's say, Web 2 and Web 3 kind of converging, or how do you see your product interacting with existing social media solutions?
Yeah. So currently we have we're pretty heavily integrated in Twitter. So the way the platform works to suggest speakers, you essentially put someone's Twitter handle, and essentially it's put on the proposal on chain, and we also have it like as mentioned, we have Twitter integration where each discourse pool campaign that's initiated essentially tweets tags the handle, the Twitter handle of the suggested speaker, and notifies them that the discourse has been engaged, the crowdfunding campaign has been launched, so they could share it to their audience. Their audience share it across communities to get people to contribute to make the see the discussion really take place.
That's amazing.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Yeah. So we have quite
5, 10?
we have quite an ambitious roadmap. We really want to really have a real big impact on how we engage in discourse, even civil discourse on things that are that are breeding conflict in our world. So we really want to have a solution where people could go, and create an environment where people could go and really see the discussions that need to be happening. So we really even want to even get to the point where our platform is even matching different discussions to happen before someone even mentions it or even proposes it. So we're really trying to create a holistic platform that also is really community centric and is a tool that communities can use to essentially have better knowledge and better praxis in their own day-to-day activities. So to summarize, we really see ourselves as being a scalable solution that is accessible to people and is solving real problems.
So we'll just say that as an example. Advent Galaxy would like to use your platform for social media services. Give me how would it work?
Yeah, sure. So I guess there's two things that come to mind. One, I know you've mentioned that you are beginning a sort of conference series. So we could definitely utilize our technology.
Expo.
Utilize our technology to facilitate some of these events.
Mm-hmm.
We also, as mentioned before, we're going to be introducing a more social, profiles on the platform. So organizations like Advent will be able to create profiles in our platform that also have a lot of on-chain interactions. So we're going to be integrating Lens Protocol, which is basically a social graph that allows applications to inherent features from traditional social media platforms. So things like comments, posts, all these things are possible through this protocol, and even to the point where these profiles can even have their own governance. So this means that profiles organizations like Advent will actually be able to have governance on our platform for different proposals that are suggested by the community, and really kind of bridging the community and their needs to the organizations that are partnered with us.
Excellent. Well, Daniel, it's been a pleasure. By the way, our Twitter handle Advent Galaxy Miami is up and is connected to the system right now. So this should have triggered a conversation. So we look forward to more conversations here at Advent Galaxy. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Daniel,
Until next.
pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure talking to you.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Awesome.